Gonna be a silence on the smog with a stun immediately. Shilpa just absolutely unleashes the frost upon the boy. This man better get a jacket. There's so much. Oh my god. Better get yourself a raincoat. There's so much ice, so much frost, so much carnage out of this man. Smog barely alive though, does survive it with a wall and everything he can to heal. And is trying to see if he can turn it. Disintegrate back on the Shilpa. He's striking all the blue frost and just turning around on him. Big master up for Smog, trying to see if he can blast at Shilpa's. Big fire breath, deep breath to follow, massive damage. Shilpa's does go for human ratio with a blind on the Smog, trying to see if he can recover maybe a little bit of health, but does have the dragon in his sights. Big disintegrates to follow is gonna get interrupted. Trying to go for a bit of a sleep on the chills with a bit of a heal for Smog. Can he potentially get himself a bit of recovery? The disintegrates back to Shilpa, slowing him down, just beaming the man down as he got himself full entombs him in the frosty. Oh my goodness, just entombs him in that full the full AoE. My goodness. Remorseless Winter. Absolute remorseless, a man himself. Oh my god. Chicago just trying to show his bunny mount, man. Just trying to show off the bunny mount. He just absolutely gripping him in, but Chicago does end up ascending within their first global. What a luck of that build, man. Lucky first ascendance. First Storm Strike into immediate ascendance. Absolutely insane. What is that? 8% chance to ascend, 8% chance every single Storm Strike that you can ascend into an elemental god for just a moment. Big lightning damage, transforming your Storm Strikes into Wind Strikes that blast your target. Shilpa's trying to see if he can maybe build up a little bit of pressure, waiting until his cooldowns are back up. For Chicago is going to get himself a Remorseless Winter stun to follow, trying to see if he can maybe double stun Chicago. Trinket for Chicago into immediate stun right after. It's going to be silence on the Shilpa's, just trying to see if he can put pressure on Chicago. Does have a wall for this one though, able to at least dampen a lot of the damage. Trying to see if he can get counter offensive with Shilpa's. Shilpa's able to AMS the magic damage, but the physical damage, the Storm Strikes, the Wind Fury procs, all bypass that shield, and that's going to be a mad ascendance up for Chicago, able to blast through the defense of the Shilpa's, actually ignoring I think a portion of his armor as well. And Shilpa's got himself the grippy hand, potential lots of resources. Maybe it'll be enough to give him a little bit of death strikes in order to catch up on heals. Going to be a totem down for capacitor. There's going to be death that walking away from it. I think might have actually killed the second totem potentially. That's going to be a ghoul that he summoned up with a quick sacrifice. Got himself full stun on Chicago. Big damage to fall. Mad Blitterous. Oh my god, the burst. Oh my god, the Shilpa's does go in for a death pack at the last second just to make sure he's plenty healthy with an AMS, just to make sure he's A-okay. And actually, Death Pact is going to help him against Sonaris. Put in the Death Pact on cooldown just so you can have a little bit later. Sad by Sonaris, trying to make sure they're not walking into this Death Decay right outside of it with a cheap shot. Try to go for a couple of Shadow Strikes. Big secret technique, blind by the Death Knight. But the Rogue is going to be able to break out of it. Does not want to get denied that sweet, sweet slay. And it's going to be able to at least continue the pressure off of that. Gaza Rogue going to be up next. Try to see if you can find Sonaris. That is a subtlety versus subtlety this time around. Sonaris played Assassination last time, which gives you a ton of bursts, but not exactly the same control as a sub-rogue. Also the cooldowns match up in PvP fairly well. As Gaza waiting out for Sonaris. Can they find him though? Should be able to pick up eyes. That's going to be Sonaris. I think he saw where Gaza was for a second. I think the man might have come out himself for just a moment. It's going to AoE him out. Does put him in combat. Cheap shot by Sonaris. Trying to see if he can take advantage of the opportunity. Immediate secret technique. Blinded Sonaris. Gaza, I think, realized that Sonaris no longer has a trinket. Trinket and chill pills means you're putting yourself out in the open like this. Can Gaza just do enough damage? That cheap shot does not last long at all. The disarm for disarm. As Sonaris trying to go for a bit of recovery. Vanishes out. Blinded to Gaza. But you know Gaza ain't tricketed that one. You know, he ain't trickered that one, but for Sonaris, it gives him an opportunity to at least establish all full go versus Gaza. Maybe can make it happen. Taunting him with a slash kiss really quickly. Gaza does hold on to Trinket though. Good Trinket out of this one. Vanish immediately. Sonaris got himself full burst in the ready. Trying to see if he can AoE him out. But Gaza is nowhere near to be found. Does I think have a dot on him or something. Someone putting him out of stealth. But definitely needs to get back over to Sonaris whenever possible. Both Rogue and Stealth. Who's gonna fan of knives? Nobody. Nobody. Gaza is in a tight spot right now. Sonaris is as well. Gaza maybe can go for another Vanish just for like cooldown reduction, but they do have good defenses. They got evasion, they got cloak, they got everything. Sonaris holding on to an evasion of their own. Gonna be Sonaris coming out of the south. I think picking up the eyes, trying to see if he can get it. Gaza's gonna go for a blind immediately. Sonaris trinkets out of the blind, trying to see if he can lock down Gaza with the disarmers. Gaza trying to see if he can get counter offensive. Sonaris just trying to play it very, very defensive for just a second. Maybe saving some cooldowns for a little bit later. Phantom Nice and Naris is just gonna blast it out with a cheap shot, kidney shot to follow. Gaza does go for advantage, but stays super aggressive with advantage. Yet another kidney shot off of that one though. Just trying to see if he can double stun him. Cheap shot. It's gonna be Star Arsenal. Hello! With a disarm, Gaza just continued just trucking on the glue blades back to back. Just kept stabbing him with Viserys just flying in, trying to see if he can find Gaza immediately. Doesn't quite catch him, but that was a valiant attempt. And Gaza may be able to sap him out before he can pick up the eye. That's exactly what's gonna happen. Viserys still holding on to the Shroud for maybe until a little bit later. If he's gonna pick up the eyes, definitely should go for the Shroud in order to deny the Rogue any kind of stuns, any kind of CC, any kind of anything. Potentially could go for a Shroud wall and not even give him a chance to play the game at all, except for doing damage. Viserys trying to see if he can blast out Gaza. It's going to be a smoke bomb. Trying to see if he can keep him in combat at the very least. Mastery burst coming out from Viserys. Does trick it out of a gouge though, but does set up himself up for a kidney shot later, which is super unfortunate. Viserys still has a big burst in the ready. Big fire breath on Gaza. Deep breath to follow. Massive damage. Oh my god. Just absolutely melted the Rogue to follow. Diabolic's going to be up next. As Viserys trying to see if he can escape a full demonic army at the charge for Viserys. Sunlock to follow as he's trying to get himself a couple of living flames. At least cannot be interrupted, but under a ton of pressure, looking for as much recovery as he can. Nullifying Shroud, at least trying to prevent any kind of stuns, but the pets are just going to overpower him. Diabolics literally was like, you know what? I think I have him, literally walking to the other direction. And Vin, I messed up your name last time. You told me how to say it properly. I think it's just Vin. I'll call him Vinny. Or, I think it's Vin. Hold on, let me double check. Hold on a second. Because you told me like, hey, just call me Vin. Yeah, Vin. Yeah, Vin gonna be up next. Trinket for Vin as he's dropping in a sigil of fear. Does end up attacking all the pets, but doesn't quite connect with Diabolics. Is gonna go for a Mortal Coil Metamorphosis. Try to see if he can dodge that CC completely, but the fear is gonna hit him right afterwards. Super unfortunate with a big hunt as Vin trying to see if he can recover as much health as he can. Big I-beam, whatever healing he can get right now off that hunt will at least be able to maybe help him stay alive a little bit longer. Does go for another walk, but Diabolics I think may just have him here. At this high dampening, 80% dampening, gain healing, flying up in the air, trying to see if he can avoid the Warlock, but as soon as he lands, there's all these pets ready to attack him, ready to strike, ready to bite, ready to ask him a question. And the man does go for Shadow Mode for just a second. Blur up. Maybe he can dodge some kind of a melee hit, but not the Demon Bolt. As Diabolics does end up taking him out. That is super unfortunate, man. Shields will 2. Diabolics does get 2. And we had a long match between these two rogues, man. A very, very, very long match. What a game. Definitely what a game. Oh my god. Vin, how you doing, my guy? Welcome, welcome.